Hey, Shalom, Shalom. Call all Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Waha, Rachakadash. Double honor to the apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to Yakin is pushing this word in truth and sincerity. This is a Mafia from the GMS Dallas camp, and wanted to go into a quick lesson. I was looking at this here on the screen, this Starbucks actual, I guess it's at a Starbucks, I don't know exactly where, but it says, come try our WAP, white mocha almond milk pumpkin spice. Okay. And WAP is the song that uh, Cardi B, will have you pronounce her name, and Megan Thee Stallion. Now, it says, now the abbreviation here stands for, um, what is that? Wet, uh, whack ass vagina, basically. Put that together. So this is basically showing you what Esau is pushing the narrative to who? You so-called Black Latinos and Native Americans, which is true Hebrew Israelites. They're turning our women, they have turned our women into pure whores. When we're out there on the highways and byways, you see women walking through, especially when it's warm out, they'll have on just leotards. And when you think about the leotards, you see all these women walk around or do video. Look at Beyonce. Um, Look at all these two, Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion. Go look at all the concerts and videos and see what they have on. They don't have on nothing but leotards. Look like they're finna go swimming every day. Now you see this out in the street, women wearing nothing but one pieces, look like they're finna go swimming, but they'll have maybe a string or something hanging from it. This is a club action. You finna go sit down bare ass at a club. Hey, that's why this place is through. Our people from a destroyed from a lack of knowledge. That's Hosea 4 and 6. All right. But I want to jump into the scriptures here because, hey, this place is through. Okay. Babylon the Great, which is America. All right. This is Proverbs. All right. You know, this is Proverbs 31. And I'm going to start at 3. Okay. It says, I'm start at 1 and read to 3. It says, the words of King Lemuel, the prophecy that is his mother taught him. So this is his mother is basically going to break down something dealing with certain values and things you look for towards different things. And one of the topics going to go into is aspects of what you should look for in a woman. But it says, what, my son, and what the son of my womb, and what the son of my bowels. Give not thy strength unto women, nor the ways that to that which destroyeth kings. And we've seen throughout history, our forefathers have fallen or have basically made some bad decisions that affected their lives, all because of a woman. That's why Yahweh Shai, when he came onto the scene, he did not deal with women. Because what happened to Adam? Eve got beguiled by the serpent, and she moved Adam to go off as well. Look at King Solomon, a very wise and righteous king, but as he got up in age with all the wives and concubines he had, what happened? He started worshiping other gods. A woman, because we love women. I'm not trying to say, hey, I love women, but I love, but it's the way a woman carries herself. Okay, when you look at what's going on now, this is promoting her sexual. Now, what does that remind you of when somebody promotes their vagina? Don't it sound like a brothel back in the day? Don't it sound like what women do when they're basically hookers or prostitutes? What do? They tell you how good their vagina is. And this is just facts. Okay? I think there's a verse in there. She said she don't cook or clean, but she got a ring. You know, so basically these that's gonna portray these women, these little girls that's growing up, because the song is played everywhere. Okay, the song is played everywhere, and what Esau is doing, he has pushed this sexual or this loose woman narrative, and our women is pushing it, and our men, you Jakes out there, you're eating it up. You're eating it up. You wanna sleep with someone that has a man. This is way backwards. This is the ways of Esau. All right. Learn not the ways of the devil. All right. So let's keep going. This is like I said. Like I say, we're kings, as they want to say. We're kings. We're kings. You know, if you believe that, why are you following this woman like that? That's why this place has to be destroyed, because there's no. It has went so far into wickedness and so far away from unrighteousness. There's no way to come back unless we have a higher bearing. We need a restart. Okay. And what's that restart is what it got to start with. The downfall of Babylon, the downfall of Esau's kingdom, and to bring in a righteous kingdom, which is the kingdom of heaven. And our women will be righteous then, for sure. And that's what we look forward to as the men of the Lord. I'm going to jump to verse 10. This is Proverbs 31:10. It says, "Who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies." So when you find a woman that's a virtuous woman, then you know what I'm saying? It's like it's a price. Because look, a woman is, like say you have a woman on your arm, or a beautiful woman, you know, that's like what they call them, a trophy wife. But now, a trophy wife is what? Someone that's talking about her whack ass vagina, right? Now that seems like that's a woman, that's a prize wife. Someone has been ran through over and over. Someone that's okay with sleeping with whoever. That's the case, then you might as well go to a prostitute and try to marry her. You better. What is that movie? Pretty Woman. Go Pretty Woman. That woman. That's what they try. That's what they're pushing here through you, to you, Jakes. When I say Jake, I'm talking about the Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, who out of the son had 12 sons, which from there came out the 12 tribes of Israel, who consist of you so-called Black, Latinos, and Native Americans today. This is who, you know what I'm saying, they saying go look for women that are whores and make her a trophy wife. It seems like it's a plus these days for a woman to have multiple men. Like that's put on a pedestal. And look at and think about your the children, right? I got something here. This is Proverbs 12:4. A virtuous woman is a crown to her husband, but she that maketh ashamed is as rottenness in his bones. All right. So when you don't have this, if you have a woman that's pushing, like telling everyone how good her WAP's supposed to be, which usually I thought a virgin used to be looked at as a prize, but now it seems like the more you might as well get a woman that had a ran train on, like, okay, just get it out the way, because now you a woman I look at. And don't that make you sound like a homosexual when you're looking for a woman that got a man and want to take his girl or what have you? You can go right behind him. He probably had her that day. This is terrible. This is why we need new rulership. All right. And this is Sirach, which is Ecclesiastes cuss in the Apocrypha. All right. This is Sirach 26. And I'm going to read, just read on through. Okay. It says, and I'm going to jump through through 2 and 4. I'm gonna just read 1, 2, and and 3, and I'll jump down after that. It says, verse 1: Blessed is the man that has a virtuous wife, for the number of his days shall be double. A virtuous woman rejoiceth her husband, and he shall fulfill the years of his life in peace. A good wife is a good portion which shall be given in a portion of them that fear Yahweh. Okay, and like I say, a virtuous woman rejoices her husband, and like if you have a virtuous woman on your arm, the Lord will bless you, and your days shall be double. Now, when you look at when we came out of slavery up until like the 50s, I would say maybe around the 60s, going to, when you start getting to the 70s, 80s, that's when Esau really got into pushing the man out the home, you know. But when you look at that, you look at how it was more so-called blacks, because we're not black, we're people of color. But when I'm gonna just say that because people understand so-called black, we were the most married here in America. Now we're the most divorced. Okay, we have the most single parents, and Esau basically has put the narrative on you that we ain't shit. And then when I say we, I'm talking about the men of Israel, the so-called black men especially, saying we ain't shit. You the only ones push the man out the household. You the only ones that has teamed up with Esau, which when I say Esau is the so-called white man, you teamed up with him to receive funding to push us out the house. If we're not in the house, then you can receive funding. And what did that lead to? Our men, our young men growing up with a fatherless home, our men growing up and being emotionally disfigured, if you want to put it that way, because you don't supposed to be emotional and so damn sensitive as a man. But you see these days, these guys, if you say, let me give you knowledge, because I seen a video like this, a brother posted it. He said, hey, let me spit some knowledge to you, young man. This dude to be so emotional, he'll want to shoot you. You don't have to tell me nothing. I don't need no knowledge from you. This is what all this has came up to, all the way up to now. Now we got WAP. Our men and women in Israel, our young men and women in Israel, and hey, a lot of them too, are Sodom's children. They destroyed from a lack of knowledge. Our people have been brought so low that there's no way we can climb back up unless we have a higher power, and that's Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. All right, so back in Sirach 26, you know what, verse 7, it says, an evil wife is a yoke shaken to and fro. All right. It says, he that has hold of her is though he held a scorpion. You go grab a scorpion and see what happens. It's going to sting you. You're going to go through some pain. And eventually, if you don't get treatment, you'll die. Okay? Now, when you go back up to verse 3, it said a good wife is verse 2, it said the virtuous woman rejoices of her husband, and he shall fulfill the years of his life in peace. But if you get an evil wife, you're going to be like grabbing a scorpion, and you're going to die. You're not going to receive double. Your life is not going to be fulfilled double, right? And now, like I say, after when they start pushing men out the house, and these women having so many rights or receiving so many financial benefits for not having the man in the house, has deterred the righteous woman here in Israel. That's one of the things that actually deterred it. There's been other things too. All right, but it says a drunken woman, this is verse 8, a drunken woman and a gatherer abroad causes great anger, and she will not cover her own shame. Now, when you watch this video, the WAP, you see, what are they talking about? Just what's between their legs. They're not giving you no other type of benefiting. This woman Cardi B is married, but she's married to a nigga, another rapper. What is it, Migos? I don't know his name, but he just a nigga. One of these ones that grew up probably don't have no knowledge. You know, he don't have no knowledge. He just know about drugs, guns, fucking hoes, and probably gambling. No values in his life. So this is what our people have been come to. Because Cardi B, she helped push the what is that Biden campaign. She up there talking to Biden and talking to these different politicians. Everybody, oh, you hear the Cardi B? She's really into this politics. Man, she's a whore. She's a whore. You can say all you want. Hey, you disrespecting her? No, she's a whore. This woman used to be a stripper. She used to get men carry them to a hotel or wherever she did, and get them drugged up. And she would let these transsexual gay men come do what they will to them. She should be in prison. Okay. Bill Cosby, they accused him of doing something 30, 40, 50 years ago. And you look at some of these women, you're like, hell no. And then when you look at these women and listen to their stories, yeah, he drugged me when I was a freshman in college. And when I became a senior in college, that was the last time he drugged me. So you kept going to him? All 4 years of your college, you've been going to see Bill every other week. And then 30, 40 years later, oh, he raped me. But this woman, she actually raping men, scheming them. But she up here got whack ass hits on the radio. Okay. Just sometimes you just gotta step out the circle and just look in and see what you're seeing. Cause when you're inside the circle and it's everything is around you, you can't just you'll look and see like when you're in a crowd. You be like, damn, there's a lot of people here, but you can't really look into what's going on. But when you step out or go to get in the area of view and look down, you be like, damn. You start seeing things. So that's what you have to do in this life. And one of the things you do, you step back. And when you get into the scriptures and when you ask Lord for wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, and you start receiving that, then your eyes start opening. The eye salve is provided. Okay? And then you start seeing, hey, our women are whores. Our men are just, hell, they pushing bull BS all the time and running behind these women. You don't supposed to run behind a whore. You're supposed to run behind a virtuous woman. I ain't even say run behind them, but like I said, that's a prize. Okay. This is going into, let me see here. I want to get back into Sirach. I'm gonna finish this up. Because like you say, now our men looks for whores. All right, so and these women are not ashamed. Okay, verse 9. This is back in Sirach 26:9. It says, "The whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks and eyelids." And if you see that, I'm sure because they've been playing the video and the song. But when you see these women, all these fake ass eyelids and all this, these women are not real now. Hey, you take all this shit off, they're not gonna look like nothing. But you can tell, all right? You can tell the whoredom of a woman. Look what they're wearing. Beyonce involved too. She the one started pushing the leotards first, if I'm not mistaken. All right, verse 10, it says, "If thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straitly, lest she be abused herself through overmuch liberty." And our women are very proud. Very proud. And then, like I said, the black woman, hey, Judah, hey, we're the head tribe. That's why, like I say, Judah and just Israel here, we're trendsetters. But the thing is, what kind of trends are you setting? You have Esau directing you on what trend they want to put out or promote. If they they wouldn't be having, if they see this and promoting it, they ain't got no good values or looking for good values towards your with how they say so-called black community. No, they're looking to push you further and further into the ground, into wickedness, okay, before he can trample you. For eventually he'll destroy you. But our people are destroyed from the lack of knowledge, Hosea 4 and 6. This is back into it. I wanted to get, let me see, one of those verses here. It was something I was looking for here. All right, this is back in Sirach 26. Okay, oh, I was right there. All right, so I'm going to read 11 and 12, and then we'll get ready to try to close it out. 13. It says, watch over an impudent eye, and marvel not if she trespass against thee. Verse 12, she will open her mouth as a thirsty traveler when she has found a fountain. Now, when you break that down, you just think of a woman opening her mouth and think of what go like a fountain. What is she talking about? A rod, a man's rod. She's opening it up like a thirsty traveler. That's what saying, she's thirsty. So this is going into what we read in verse 9, the whoredoms of a woman. You know what I'm saying? And also, she's not ashamed in verse 8. Okay, they're not ashamed to say they had multiple men. Okay, they had multiple rods in their mouth, like a thirsty traveler. Let's keep going. And drink of every water near her. You heard that? Every water. So every rod near her. But every hedge will she sit down and open her quiver against every arrow. And a quiver is what you tote arrows in. And just look at all those arrows. You watch the movie Avenger and Hawkeye, how you have all those arrows. Just think of those being men rods or penises, and think of that one quiver that's in that those rods are in, or those arrows are in. That is what they're talking about in the song. They're promoting their whack ass vaginas and promoting how they can get rods in there. They open up their legs for every arrow. You know, but hey, this place has to be destroyed, and we have to keep pushing because our women are through. Our men are through. All right? This is a whack ass kingdom right now because it's Esau's kingdom. But the Lord will come and deliver us, and you have to have that faith and belief. But with that, I'd like to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Waha, Rahakadash. Hey, Shalom.